I would like to welcome you to today's Expert Mini Briefing webinar, Training and Development Outsourcing for Effective Talent Development. My name is David Goodstein, and it is our pleasure to be the co-host of today's event with Business to Excel. Before we commence today's session, I would like to say a few brief words about the Outsourcing Institute in case you are not familiar with us. The Outsourcing Institute is a professional association dedicated to providing independent best practices, tools, roadshows, events, and networking opportunities for all forms of outsourcing. Located at outsourcing.com, we have 70,000 members globally. We specialize in providing low-cost and no-cost alternatives for outsourcing buyers in need of RFP tools, vendor selection assistance, training, as well as general support and coaching. For those who are in the market in this space, we offer an array of targeted sponsorship and promotional opportunities. Our sister company, CMS, provided recruiting services for those seeking to hire outsourced professionals experienced at buying, selling, managing, or consulting in this arena. Our contact information is at the bottom of the screen for those who have any questions. So without further ado, I will now turn it over to our host, Joseph George, CEO and founder of Business to Excel, to say a few brief words and begin his presentation.
Thanks, David. My name is Joseph, the CEO and founder of Business to Excel. Earlier, I had Learning and Global, and also was managing director for Genesis General Maintenance. I have over 20 years of experience in HR and leadership, thought leader in linking business and strategy, talent management, and a technologist, analyst in business and change management, and consultant to various industries. Earlier, done for banking industries and telecom, oil and gas is my expertise now. Today's seminar, or webinar in fact, is on Business to Excel. Just a brief about Business to Excel. Business to Excel is a strategy, talent development, and training outsourcing firm. Started in 6 months back, and we are full geared into the business. We conduct quality training programs. We have trademark programs, Business to Excel high impact in-house programs, train to implement programs. These are programs that is implementable as soon as the training is over. Then we follow up with implementation process. We have lead to Excel programs. This predominantly leadership development programs for those who are stepping up to leadership. Two executive level leadership programs. Generally consists of learning and discussion forums, learn and practice leadership. This is how it varies. We have a workout session. We have a deliver the difference program wherein an item or an issue is taken up and which has been facing the company, and these people who are in the forum are asked to deliver the difference from what it is and show to the what difference they have made in that, what profit they have bought from that solution, what they implemented to. We have leadership assessment. It consists of 360 assessments to lead assessment. Both outdoor and indoor exercises are given. And, these are a few of our programs. Apart from that, we have Fresh to Excel, Perform to Excel, and Execute to Excel for the different levels of and layers of talent development programs. Today's topic, we'll be talking about the current scenarios and trends, demands of business today, and what changes it brings, and outsourcing talent and how it benefits the industry. And lastly, linking learning to strategy, how we can link the talent development strategy, how to make a meaningful benefits of talent management, basically outsourcing. Current scenarios, web has come into our scene in a very, very large scale way. Web is dictating the way we do business. Earlier it was a standalone, and it was a PC, and mostly it was, people are engaging in surfing and not much of meaningful thing coming out of it except for research works. But today that scene is changed. Web is not anymore a web of standalone PC. It is this now, multiple gadgets, multiple connectivities. Along with this came the multiple ways of connecting to people. That is, meaningful connections are taking place in business. Business is no more, one single gadget, but now multiple connectivities is coming up. Multiple meaningful connections are made to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, these are the things that is coming up. With that, the companies are also getting into the market. They want to also market their products through these things. Earlier, these sort of social was taboo in the industries. Corporations trying to block these things. Today, they are more into for it. They are getting into the space of social sphere. They are getting accustomed to it. In fact, they are, accepting these things as a normal practices, business practices. So most of them think, what in the world is this? Our generation old cannot catch up with these things. For me also, I look around what is the next and how to catch up with this. This all tends for us to get into the learning sphere as soon as possible, to know what is happening, to get the expertise. Learning is important. So in short, what I'm trying to say is workforce has become more mobile, more collaborative, more social, and more 24/7, and more in need of leadership and directions, more result-oriented, and more global teams. It is people are becoming more diverse and more global. So this is the scene today. We need to be more demand. These people are more demanding and less experienced. They want everything, the promotions faster, but they don't really have the experience to catch up with. This is a new trend of workforce today. They lack the deep expertise. The demands of, what this demands is rapid change of technology. Technology is racing ahead, and we need to, everybody needs to keep up with this technology. It is getting difficult to get into the technology, so education becomes prime. And the moment we attract talent, the first question they ask is, what learning do we have? What learning opportunities do we have in this organization? That becomes a deciding factor. And company on the other side is focusing on performance. They want results, they want performance, they want proactive, and they're planning on becoming more fluid and proactive. This means they need to catch up with the time. So all this comes to the fulfillment of talent demand is a critical for business deliverables. That means to deliver business, we need to have high talented people. Learning becomes a critical for business deliverables. As I was saying, that the workforce needs to be fully informed, fully developed in order to give their best. We need a full-time engaged expertise, and a full corporate learning needs to be in place. Because if not, we are just giving away to the competition who has a stronger learning edge. This means a strong leadership need is there, and to be developing the leadership pipeline continuously. Talent infrastructure and development becomes very critical. We tend to operate, but what we do is we tend to operate the same way as we are operating earlier. We are not changing. We need to change. We need to reinvent. That is a requirement. Today, as is ever, the training is becoming inefficient because some companies give training as incentives, and it happens in isolation. And some of them give as a tie-up with vacation time just to have a breakthrough. Return on investments are not done properly, not linked to strategies. Training imparting as a knowledge and not as a performance. They don't spend much of time required on all these studies. So learning retention also becomes less because of these factors. But today it is changing. Training is becoming more critical because the rate of business growth and technological change and the demand of employee capability to perform is great, and also becomes a key for business growth. And it has to be linked to enterprise performance. Now, if you look at it, outsourcing could be the best solution in the complex world, that we need to outsource learning. When we create outsource learning, there's a clear-cut deliverables on both sides, and they create a clear landmarks for talent development. So that gives us, in a new way to look into the business, that is training from learning to performance. The results, productivity, and competence and measures becomes more important. Return on training investments are, can be done with agreements. Learning to deliverables can be written on a format, and how it is linked to productivity and profitability and bottom line can be measured because two entities are coming in place. Service level agreements meets these deliverables. At Business to Excel, we have a system called Training and Development Administration, Training Program Outsourcing. All this comes under our learning outsourcing. So you can just say goodbye to training inefficiency, because everything could be in place and everything can be monitored. By outsourcing, you can focus on the core business activities. By focusing on the core business activities, you can expand your business more faster and leave the learning and development, outsource it to other companies. And you can, by outsourcing, the outsourcing company can also give a world-class solutions because they are expertise in their field and that is their core areas. Your competitiveness can be enhanced because the core areas you're taking care of and the other core areas of expertise is taken care of by them. It is cost efficient, and inside resources can be freed for other purposes, and especially in countries like Gulf and otherwise, there is a requirement for nationalization drive by the government, which is a key for many issues. So this can be also solved by outsourcing, and it can be all measured and governed. As I said earlier, there can be service delivery agreements and everything can be measured and monitored. So it's a win-win situation. By partnering for performance, you could have everything in place. We also have an intervention for corporate knowledge transfer. What it means is when the experienced people leave the company, they also take away with them the knowledge. So we have a methodology how to transfer this knowledge in a structured way to the new developers as well as the succession plan employees. So we all these things, the new things can be put in place. We have Business to Excel have training and development and public training programs as well as in-house training programs, which are measured and given high benefits of return on investments. Like for example, this conducting training productive meeting, we have several ways of measuring before and after, and usually it pays about 4 times the return on investment. Every training program is assessed. We have what is called 360 assessment, the talent pool development, to find out how much improvements in this program is made before and after, or during the year and after the next year. The next is the Performance to Excel. This is one of the prime programs that we have, how to form a winning team. And this is again assessed by a performance sheet before and after, so we know how much they are developed and how well they are developed and how much the company has developed in this. We also have programs called Train to Implement, that Business to Excel program, that implementable. Balanced Scorecard, the Brand Strength, Quality Nationalization Program. All these things structured well to provide a good implementation when we outsource the training program. These are the things that we can give when we are outsourcing training program. Finally, the most important thing is how you link the learning to business alignment. From the Balanced Scorecard to talent management to succession and bench strengths, we can design, implement, and manage the entire solutions that can align your performance. Only outsourcing companies can do it because they are a different entity that gets together. Among employees and customers, we create partnership, and we can see every step from the balance scorecard to branch strength. We can give you an end-to-end business design. So this is about it. If you have questions, thank you for joining us. My name is Joseph, and you can contact me on joseph@business2excel. The phone number is 9663-887-0163. Email joseph@business2excel. Look for your comments and welcome. Thank you.